Welcome to the local game. We've got a big show happening tonight. It's a 1 hour edition and we can't wait to get through and preview all the grand finals. So this is what's coming up on tonight's show.
Tonight it's grand final showtime. We've got Socceroo and Aston Villa goalkeeper Joe Gauci from the Socceroo's camp on the Gold Coast, plus stars from West Adelaide, Campbelltown City and MetroStars join us in studio. We're giving away a 2-hour cruise, expert previews and have Press for Time live in the studio. Don't miss a second. That's all coming up tonight on the grand final show.
Yes, good afternoon and evening. What a great crowd. We are here at 35 Sterling with a big show, grand final show. I am very excited. We've got a live audience, which is fantastic. We've got multiple cameras. It's going to be exciting, and I had to bring in some of the best guests, and that is why I'm very excited to welcome in my co-host for tonight. We have a man who's played in almost every position on the park and now taken up media, Marc Talbot. Someone who can kick a ball on the park, but also makes a mean coffee herself, Atkins. A man who screams and gets excited, and also the poster boy of the State League 2, Alessio Carrocci, and a man who makes any broadcast just that little bit more authentic with his beautiful accent, David Grant. Good to have you all on board. What a big show we got, and thank you all for joining me. Are you talking to the mic
Thanks
at this
for having
point?
us.
It's good. We're very excited. A little bit different to being in the back studio. So it's been a big year, but what's been some of your favourite moments so far this year? There's been a few of them, and I think we've had a lot of laughs this year. What's been your favourite, Ali? Because this is like first time being in part of media.
Yeah, it's been exciting. It's been different and very nerve-wracking.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know, just getting amongst the football more has been exciting.
Absolutely. David, we've had a lot of laughs together in the back room. What's been some of your favourite moments?
This is the second or third or maybe even fourth or fifth year that we've been involved together.
Back in 2019.
If I can phrase it that way.
2019 was it?
Yeah, but I think this year has been better than last year and the year before and so on. So every year just a bit better, getting to know more people and just really enjoying the privilege of being involved in the game at this level and promoting it.
Yeah, Marc, what about yourself? You've been able to join me. You did episode 1, did all the milestones, but once you got to episode 21, you just dropped off.
Yeah, well, 21, that's it for me. I'm done after that because otherwise I can just get too old, mate.
Yes, well, you are... No, you're not the oldest. David's the oldest, but...
Thanks for that.
The youngest is Alessio Carrocci. Alessio, you've had some great moments this year as well. What have you enjoyed? You've actually loosened up a bit by the end of it, and it's for a good reason, though, but how have you found it?
Yeah, I found it pretty good. I mean, some of the relationships with the players and the coaches as well has been some of my favourite moments of this year as well. You're getting some insights behind some interesting stats and facts as well, and you get a lot of feedback from the players, which is probably my favourite thing. When they want you to be part of their game, part of their commentary, because you just know them so well.
Yeah,
got good stats, and it makes a good viewing for them at home as well.
Absolutely. Well, in the studio, me and you together, we've had some very interesting moments, and there's one bit where you've had a little bit of a mix of words. This is what happened during that show. It's a local game with myself and Alessio. Thank you, Alessio.
Thank you for having me. Sorry.
Well, I did enjoy you.
Preempting if you enjoyed me or not.
Definitely did enjoy you that night, and we enjoyed that comment because you've been copping it ever since that moment, haven't you?
Yeah. Almost even on commentary as well, and podcasts and everything. I'm getting the thanks for enjoying myself before I even finish. But.
Well. There's been some little bit of mistakes that we've all made. We've all had little incidences when it's live, which we're live recording tonight, so anything can happen still. It's still early. But one thing that happened in live broadcast, I've got some of my stuff ups a bit later in the show, but David had some stuff up. So I ordered some food earlier tonight for you guys to have some snacks earlier for helping me out. But I think David might have had a bit of issues to describe what is actually those snacks and what they're called. This is what happened during a broadcast earlier this year.
They're a fine group, aren't they? That looks like canapes and salmon and everything down there.
What the hell? What's canapes?
I don't know. I've seen it written down in fancy menus, but I have no idea what it is.
That's my phone just went flying. Canapes, you mean? Canapes. Oh my goodness. All right. Anyway, back to the football. Well, we thought that was going to be the worst moment, but it just kept on going, didn't it? We had a bit of a laugh. We could not stop laughing for ages.
Yeah, it was just one of those nights, I think, when everything went wrong and fit the giggles. You know, it happens to all the best of us, I suppose.
Yes. Well, we had the giggles, absolutely. And, when I had the giggles, I went to try and control myself, and I just literally just touched the table, and this is what happened. Sorry, anyone who's trying to watch the football? Canapes. Bakalak trying to make their way through Pedisic.
I can honestly say I'm uncultured enough to have thought it was called Canapes.
Oh no. Let's go.
That was when the table collapsed. After that, I literally touched it and the table collapsed on us. That was a little bit of a scary moment, especially when my expensive gear went flying.
Yeah, and the effects mics kicked in and we sounded like monsters.
We did. Let's have a listen just to that snapshot of just that monster moment there as well.
I can honestly say I'm uncultured enough to have thought it was called Canapes.
Oh no.
Oh, that's what happens when you got effects mics, effects on your desk. So, well, anyway, that's what happens in live commentary. But what a big year! We've got some big grand finals coming up. It's good to just preview and review the year that was as host. But you're all going to be joining me in different sections throughout the night. We've got a lot to get through. Well, up next we're going to preview the state leagues because there's some big games coming up and matches in that one. So we can't wait to preview that. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very soon with more content on the local game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.
Your time is now. When passion runs through you, become your own hero.
Welcome back to the local game. We are here all thanks to our sponsors, Macron Sports Hub Adelaide, Chai Music and Entertainment, and 35 Sterling and AV Plus. We are very excited to be broadcasting here tonight. We have a lot to get through. It's grand final week. We got the State League 1, State League 2, NPL grand final this weekend and the WNPL next weekend. So we can't escape grand final action this week. But we got to discuss it and talk about the previews. We got the guests coming later from the NPL and WNPL. But right now, let's talk state leagues. We got some big games. We got a promotions playoff in the State League 2. We have a well, some people say a dead rubber, but it's going to be exciting because there's a silverware still on the line. State League 1. Mark, how excited are you for this grand final? Big matchup, Playford, West Torrens Bacala, both in the NPL next year, but coming up against each other for some big silverware.
Yeah, look, I think it's a big, very exciting game. They've both been a free-flowing team all year. So I think I can expect to see a lot of goals. Well, I'm hoping to see a lot of goals, but I think it's a great start, or great way to finish our grand final weekend because it will be on the late Saturday night kickoff.
Yes, it absolutely is true. And Tyson yesterday in the press conference did mention that they haven't beaten Berks all year, but they haven't even beaten Blue Eagles. This is what he had to say during the press conference yesterday.
No, I think we'll be totally fine. Obviously, late in the season, but big games calls for big moments, and we were more than ready to take Blue Eagles to 120 to get the job done like we had to. Yeah, well, they're very excited for that. You were on the game, Alessio. How did you find that game?
Yeah, well, you'd say I got pretty more excited than some of those players in the end there. But, yeah, it was both those teams, Blue Eagles and Playford, had a great entertaining game ahead of me there. I think one of the most important things as well for these State League 1 grand finals is just for the clubs, even if they're promoted already, they want to get the silverware in their hands. I mean, Playford have been almost 20 years without silverware of any kind. So, they've got their State League 2 silverware when they got promoted. But since then, in 2018, they haven't had any silverware themselves. So you might say it's a dead rubber, but to get that championship, if you're the team who didn't win the league, I think it's still going to be big for them. Absolutely. I'll remember that year. That's the year I started commentating. The year they won, I commentated the semi-final against Adelaide Hills Hawks. So it's very excited to see Ben Moore do what he's done. That was his first year as coach. So they've done very well to get there every year, slowly getting that little bit higher up in the ladder. Nicholas Harper spoke yesterday at the press conference about his reaction from the game on the weekend.
Oh, definitely. I think obviously leading into that game, we didn't want to be complacent. Obviously going 2-0 down at half time, puts a few little weary legs there, obviously for the group. But we've done it all year in relation to obviously our demeanour and obviously how we go about our games, and got ourselves back in it. Held on strong, obviously leading down to 10 men, and obviously now we look forward to the grand final against Playford. You commentated that game, David. What'd you make of the game? Salisbury almost got back into it.
Yeah, it was there was an element there around about 45 minutes where I thought this is going to end up being a classic. Unfortunately, Zach Becker popped up and killed it all off for us neutral observers. But up until that point, Salisbury United looked like they might have got something out of it.
Absolutely. Talk about a classic, though. Back to you, Alessio. Absolute classic game on the weekend. You got very excited. But at the press conference yesterday, I asked Tyson exactly if he has replayed that moment. This is what he had to say.
Yeah, we've definitely watched that plenty of times. The one that was circulating around the dressing room was our third goal. So the Penendez header from the Braden French cross. Frenchie was pretty chuffed with his cross on that one, and he showed the boys plenty of times on Saturday night, which was good to see.
Well, you remember that moment very well. It circulated a lot, the goal that you commentated. What did you feel like in that moment?
Yeah, well, I thought he would probably circulate more the commentary I did for him, calling him Mr. Playford. But obviously it was a great cross and it was a great crowd there at Playford. That's what I'm really excited to see in the NPL as well next season. One of the only North clubs that far, at least, in the league. And it's going to create a lot of atmosphere. And the tin shed as well creates a bit of rattle. But I think it's going to be a good thing to see in the NPL.
Absolutely. And that moment I was talking about, we asked him about you circulating. I think actually we do have it. Let's have a listen to that commentary moment now.
For Playford. Ryan puts it into an area. No one attacks it. Comes back off the Penendez. It's the goal. It's 12 for Playford. And their talisman's got another one. 15 for the season. Penendez. And it's 2-2 in the...
That was exciting. I got excited listening to it as well, mate. How did you feel that moment, watching it back and actually in that moment? How well was it?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, Simon Catanzaro next to me in the commentary, he was expecting that maybe the game will be over. 2 minutes to go. There were two goals up in the tie, and then you could just tell that some of the set pieces, they were getting a bit better. Some of the subs and the changes that Ben Moore made as well, bringing Dan Ryan out to the left was a massive change in the game. And then that's what you pay the big bucks for. Christos Fernandes, he puts him in the net when it matters in the big moments, and they're going to hope he does it in the league above.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that's what you pay the big bucks for, a commentator like you getting excited like that. Let's talk about the State League 2 now as well. Big game, actually. How do you think it's going to go? Extra time or all done in normal time?
I can't remember what I predicted on our little podcast, but I think it's... I always get my predictions wrong. Extra time, I think, 120 minutes. Those sides, it's hard to pick between the two.
Quickly, we're running out of time.
Cove.
All right, done. Cove.
State League 2.
Cove. State League 2. State League 1, sorry.
I'll go for...
Oh, did I say State League 2, did I? No, I said give you predictions of State League 1. Okay. This is what we're live, so anyway, just go with whatever. Bacala.
Playford.
Bacala.
Playford. All right, let's move into State League 2 now. Segway, let's go with you first, David. State League 2, big game. Cove and Modbury. Pontian are out, but what are you expecting from this big game?
Look, there's a lot to play for in that one, isn't there? I mean, the winner goes up, loser doesn't get out of SL2, so a lot to play for. Should be very exciting. You're not going to ask me for a prediction, are you?
Well, you just said Cove, so we'll go with that. All right. Alessio, big one as well. You play in that league. You've come up against these teams. What are you expecting from this fixture, especially being a promotions playoff? And I think you're commentating it as well.
Yeah, I am. I mean, hopefully none of the players have any bad words to me if I'm kind of commentating their games. I don't think I was that annoying in them during the season, but I think they're both very good sides. I mean, they recruited well in the off-season. They've done well enough in the last couple of rounds to make these rounds as well. And a lot of people had a lot of high expectations for Cove, so to put them on the big stage is exactly where they wanted at the start of the season, and I think it's going to be a good game as well. Both those clubs, I'm not sure the last time they played in the league above, but they've been a long time since silverware as well. So
yeah, well, Cove, your locals. What are you making of this game? Because you're down south.
Yeah, I know I'm down south, but geez, no, look, I think I actually gone with the Cove. I just think they're experienced. They've got some great players, older heads in that side. You look at the Matt Cannys, the Ryan Veach. They really add something to that side, and I just think that will help them in a final situation.
Yes. Well, talking about Matt Canny, he did mention what Ryan Veach means to the side. This is what he had to say yesterday at the press conference.
Crucial. I mean, obviously as a centre back as well. Fortunate to play with some really good keepers, and Ryan's right up there. His voice, his leadership. He's a sensational bloke as well.
Yeah, and also talking about some experienced players. They got players from the Adelaide Hills Hawks as well, former Adelaide Hills Hawks players. One of those, Ollie Grant and Callum Elms. But there's links there also from both sides with the Adelaide Hills Hawks, and that's also Charlie Bowman, the coach of Mulberry Vista. I asked their player on if there's any talk around it, and this is what he had to say.
No, not so much. We know we've identified the with Coven. We know their strengths, and like I said, they're a very good outfit, and they've got some very good players. And this weekend's going to be a big challenge.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah, I forgot his name for a second, but it's Josh Coyne. But I remember that as soon as I started playing. Big game, can't wait for it. That's a big blockbuster on Saturday, the first one of the 2 state leagues. I'm very excited for the state leagues. It's by the end of it though, you're exhausted. It's a big weekend of football. You going to the game on the weekend?
I'll be there Friday night.
Yep.
I'll miss the Saturday, but I will be there Friday night. But last year I was there for all the games, and that you're right. It just takes it out of you. So it's a long day or a long weekend.
Yeah, last time I commentated, or the only time I commentated a grand final was the State League 2 grand final. It was a promotions playoff, and it was a cracker between Western Strikers and Vipers. By the time 120 minutes was done, I was exhausted and had to go on boundary, but never do that again. That was the most draining but exciting day as well. But good luck on Saturday for yourself, Alessio. Enjoy the moment, soak it up.
Yeah, one of the other things I wanted to mention as well, as you were talking about links between the players, there's actually a player I found out who's played for both Cove and Vista and Mount Barker last year. So there's I always find the links, and I found one this year.
Of course you have to mention Mount Barker. You're not even in the grand final, and you're far away from it, but you still managed to bring him up in the grand final preview. Anyway, David will be joining us all very soon. Again, we've got some big guests coming up. We've got a quiz coming up soon as well. We're giving away a 2-hour cruise on the Kokomo West Lakes, so one lucky winner could be having that. Well, we're back on the other side with some special guests. Let's get through this grand final weekend. We're back on the local game. Big show still to go. We got Gauci joining me a little bit later on. The NPL will be joining me soon as well. Some guests from that. But Ali, we have some special guests coming up right now. Let's welcome in, make them feel welcome. The WNPL, well, they're in the grand final next weekend. Make them welcome. It's the captain, Nicole, Blackett, and the coach, Kosta Jaric. Oh, welcome. Welcome. How are you guys feeling? Thank you for joining us. I know you got a bye this weekend, but you still got to keep training, but you've been able to change things around to be here, so we really appreciate you doing it. How's things going for yourself, especially Nicole? How are you feeling getting into another grand final?
Yeah, it's really exciting. Obviously, the show must go on, so we've had 2 breaks in 2 weeks. So we had the first week off, obviously finishing top, and then we've had to play and got our spot and another week off. So, yeah, just more training and keeping the legs ticking over, really.
Ali, you got a question?
Go for it. Well, actually, I wanted to say congratulations first. If you weren't aware, West Adelaide have already won 2 of the 3 trophies up for grabs this year. So congrats on winning, finishing premiers and your cup win. So give it up.
Yeah, come on.
It's not an easy thing to do.
We've got to tame the audience a bit. They're a bit loose tonight, but congratulations.
And going into a treble in a week potentially. So what's the vibe on that? How are you guys feeling?
Look, the group's very excited. They're focused on one game at a time. It's been a bit hard to kind of keep in place, but team's been fantastic just to kind of stay focused on what's in front of them, one game at a time. Fortunately now there's only one game left, so we can put all our energy and thoughts into it. 2 weeks is a long time to wait for, the big dance, but yeah, we're all excited for it.
Wait, I'm going to jump in there. One game at a time. Did you get told to say that? Because that's another podcast that we all love listening to.
Shameless plug. No.
Yeah, no, shameless plug. No, good. It's a great podcast. And Nicole was on it last night. Did a really good job promoting the game as well. And where'd you rate your jerseys this year?
Oh, I thought they were A, but they gave them a B, apparently.
Oh, no, they're definitely an A. Absolutely, they are.
I know.
Nice. Costa, how are you feeling this weekend? You got the bye this weekend, but how are you feeling ahead of next weekend?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because, you'd like to know who your opponent is in advance and prepare for it, and we've got a lot of time to do that. But it's a really hard game to call this week between Salisbury Inter and Bacallo, who've both come really, really good towards the end of the season. So we'll just prepare ourselves and what we do and just wait till we know a little bit more before we can start to prepare for the game itself.
Have you been finding the bye rounds? We know you play Campbelltown City. Campbelltown City, who will be in the WNPL next year. How have you prepared yourselves having those 2 byes? You finish top, but you have so many breaks, 2 breaks if you make it all the way to the grand final. How have you found it, Nicole? We can go back to the player. Why not?
Yeah, good. It's obviously important to keep going. Us girls kind of wanted a week off, but Kosta's like, sorry girls, got a trial game again this Saturday morning. So, but yeah, it has to happen, but yeah.
Absolutely. Well, any other questions, Ali?
I do have some, actually, yes. To Nicole first. So if you guys don't know, Nicole actually spent last season in Melbourne playing in the WNPL there. So my question for you is a bit about what have you found being back at West Adelaide as well, and the differences, like quality of the league from the WNPL and SA to Melbourne, and then also the environment at West Adelaide compared to the club you were at?
Yeah, pretty different, but not really in the same sort of breath. I played at Heidelberg. It's obviously a big club, big history. The league itself, there's more A-League girls, obviously more population. I'd say the standards maybe a little bit better, but not much. You still see some of the goals in this league is unreal, and a lot of good players here. Not many this year. I've been a bit disappointed, but it's okay. But yeah, coming back into SCs, I had a bit of a, I guess, unfortunate year last year. Found it a little bit hard, but we've brought in Kosta and Owen and Robson. I'm sure they'll love the shout out. And they've really changed it up for us, and a few of the girls like Gemma and Ellie Sparrow, Lily DeCola and Vic have all sort of come in, and just the culture's really great, and proud to lead them again.
Yeah, that leads me into my next question about what is so special about the group you have this year, from maybe you as well, Kosta. What have you found from this team that you have not had in the past that's helped you be so successful where you maybe haven't been in the past with other NPL clubs, WNPL clubs?
Yeah, I think one thing I've experienced being on the other side of the technical area with West Adelaide is there seems to be this unique culture that exists within the team, and you yourself have experienced it in the past, Ali, I'm sure, but the players have really created this bond and this, I guess, drive and determination that they've been able to maintain over the years, and it's something that I'm still, even though I'm there, I can't really quite define. It's something quite unique, and for me, I was really keen to bring in some fresh players, to bring in some young players, not only to push those experienced players, but also to pick up a little bit of that, I guess, secret sauce of sorts that's there. And it's been phenomenal this year to watch that culture really drive us forward.
Well, you've done really well already getting 2 of the 3. I've got one more question for you both, just about the final coming. What's going to get you over the line? What is the key, do you think, your success? What do you reckon?
I've just been saying to the girls, business as usual. Obviously enjoy the occasion, and we've won quite a few games in a row. I don't want to jinx anything, but so just trusting the abilities and knowing that if we can play our best game, that'll be enough. Yeah.
Well, if you win next weekend, I've missed out the last few times, but I really want an invite to karaoke when you celebrate afterwards. So my phone will be definitely waiting for that message. Is that going to happen?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's not happening. Anyway, well, good luck in next weekend. Enjoy the weekend, this weekend off, well, in some sense, but enjoy the weekend, and all the best next week against either, could be West Torrens Bacala or Salisbury Inter. A big clash that will be. Good luck. And once again, Kosta and Nicole. Thank you. Well, absolutely. That was a great chat there. We have some more chats to come, but up next, we've got a quiz. But let's listen to some of the best bits that you may not have seen on the local game this year.
Some fun. It's just if we stuff up and stuff, like, just give me shit, I reckon.
There was no one in the kitchen and I couldn't find your mum.
Nearby football school rules like that, and everyone goes, yeah.
Maybe don't use that.
I'm not using that. It's a chicken laying an egg. I wonder if that goes on there. That's the bloopers. Went behind, in front of the camera, and I went behind the camera to interview
Brian Kent.
For the last few weeks, or dribbled, they've had it for the last few weeks. Mario Boffa, the dad of James Boffa, who featured in that cup final back in 1949, the year I was born. Long time ago.
1949?
Oh,
1994, folks.
Well, we had some great moments there throughout the year, but we're going to have some great moments now. We have a quiz, but a big prize on offer. Let's have a listen to what is that prize, David?
It's time to grab your loudest shirt. We could be sending you on a cruise with 3 of your closest pals. Enjoy breathtaking views of West Lakes as you sail on Kokomo West. And best of all, you won't have to endure Captain Johnny's hilarious antics. Enjoy a delicious 2-course meal and a peaceful day in the water. All thanks to Kokomo West.
Yes, what a great prize that is, and what a beautiful voice, soothing voice of David Grant. Well, you could be on The Price is Right one day, maybe.
I'm not sure it was too soothing there, Johnny, but thanks anyway.
No, it wasn't. I was just being nice. But anyway, we got another half an hour to still be together. But, well, let's get into it. We've got the quiz. We've got our team here. We've got 2 teams, David and Rob. Good to have you on board, Rob. There's your mic.
Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah, awesome. It's good to have you. You're the son of Stefan Matteo, so you're a very proud dad. I know that.
Very proud, yes.
Ali, your team, you're there with Peter. Peter, you're a MetroStars fan. You're a ground steward, one of the best ground stewards around. I'm going to say that because I can't see any others in the crowd, so I can say that.
Thanks,
how are you feeling out of this big quiz?
Yeah, a bit nervous, actually. Yeah, against Robbie.
Yeah, well, Rob's, he knows his stuff.
You'll be right.
Yeah, he hates losing, Robbie.
Yeah, so you already started a little bit of a banter between each other. I like this. All right, we're going to get through it now. Let's get into it. Don't look at the questions, David. We're going to go the teams. David, this is for you guys. So you have to choose your team captain. The captain's hat. Who's going it?
Robbie, would you like to be captain?
No, you can.
Okay, I'll be the sailor for you then, eh?
And who would like to be captain on your team? Put the captain's armband on. Right. This is how it's going to work. You got to. You're both going to get questions. Come in with your buzzer. What's your buzzer, captain?
Ref.
Ref. No.
Aye.
No. Aye. Yes, that's it. We went off on.
I knew it was one of them.
Who's your captain? Is it Peter or Ali?
I'm the captain. Yep.
Peter's the captain. All right. You got to give me your ref. Use your buzzer. Say ref.
Ref.
All right. A bit louder.
Ref.
Yes, I like it. That's. We'll get into it. So basically, I'm going to ask you both a question. Only captains can chime in, but you can ask your vice captain for a bit of advice before you chime in. Once you chime in, it's all you. And if you get it wrong, we'll go to the next captain. Then we'll do back to the other team, to their vice captain, back and forth, and then we'll go from there. Let's hope we don't have to get to that. Let's get straight into it. Question number 1. You're going to be in a cruise on the Kokomo West, 2 hours, plus you bring 3 people with you, so that's going to be very exciting. And I'm looking forward to my invite. But question number 1, when was the last time Campbelltown City won a grand final?
Aye.
Yes. David. You were meant to talk before. That's okay. Yeah. We're going to be here a while. Quickly.
2022.
No, that's wrong.
Team City had that, didn't
it? Team number 2. What do you guys got? Peter, have you got it?
2020.
Correct. You guys got the first one. Well done. Round of applause. Yes, it's good. All right. Question number 2.
21 and 22.
This is question number 2. Who is the captain who will already be in the grand final of the WNPL next weekend? Who's the captain of the side? It's already in the grand final.
Ref.
Oh, this is to win it. Oh, no. I didn't expect this. Peter, who is the captain? Quickly, can't talk too long. 3.
Oh, Brackett.
What was it?
Nicole.
Nicole Blackett. Yes, congratulations. Yes, she's in the crowd. Well done. Too slow there, Rob. Too slow. Yeah. Let's go question number 3, just for a bit of fun. Question number 3. This is the hardest one of the lot. Which federation club, this could be in State Leagues or WNPL or the WSL and NPL, all 5 of them, which federation club is within walking distance of the Kokomo West? It's based in West Lakes Shore.
Aye.
What? David?
Port Adelaide?
Yeah.
Port Adelaide Pirates.
The West Lakes Shore. No. Incorrect.
I think we'll try Western Strikers.
Change the captain here.
No, close. It's not for any points anyway. You guys have won, but it was Adelaide Jaguars. They're based in West Adelaide, West Lake Shore.
Okay.
Very close. Give them a round of applause. They got the win. Peter is the winner of the Kokomo West. Congratulations. What a great prize. Make sure you spend your a presentation nights. You can go cruising along West Lakes, or you can do whatever you want on there. It is an absolutely great prize. Enjoy your prize. Big round of applause. We'll be back very soon with more. We got the NPL. We have Campbelltown City MetroStars joining us very soon. It's a local game.
Presentation night looming? It's been a long season, you deserve a break. Let AV Plus elevate your corporate events with exceptional audio. Relax, recharge, and let them take care of the sound. AV Plus, your audiovisual experts.
Welcome back to the local game. We have a lot more still to go, and Alessio's by my side, but let's welcome in the one of the grand finalists, the coach of MetroStars and the captain, Danny Graystone, and Fabian Barbiero. Welcome, boys. Grand final this weekend, a huge occasion. Danny, yourself, mate, how are you feeling? Your premieres this year, but going to the grand final this year must be a very exciting week.
Yeah, it has been. Obviously, it's a difficult couple of games coming into it, but fortunately, we've come through pretty unscathed. The boys are excited, and I didn't realise it had been a decade since MetroStars has been in the grand final. And look, we're really looking forward to it. We're left a bit of a bitter taste in our mouth, sort of last year missing out of it with the commitments of the Australia Cup and whatnot, and going out in the semi-final. But we're there this year, and we want to. We'll go and give it our best shot.
Absolutely. And how about you, Fabian? You're 40 years old now, and you're in a grand final. You're a captain. Got to mention it. You were 10 years old when I was born, by the way. Actually, how old are you, Alessio? 22. You were 18 when he was born. How was that? Do you remember those years?
Yeah. I guess age is just a number.
Yeah.
However you feel, week in, week out, that's all that matters. If you're putting in performances and keeping up with the young ones, that's all you can do. But I'm looking forward to this Friday night. It should be a cracker game.
Absolutely, man. You're doing bicycle kicks at your age. I can barely walk to my car sometimes, but doing very well. It's going to be a big grand final this weekend. It has been 12 years since you actually won a grand final, 10 since you've been in the club, MetroStars. How are you and the boys feeling ahead of this big occasion on Friday night?
Friday night, yes. The boys are ready to go. They're quite excited. I mean, big hype. Grand final week, but we've sort of kept our level heads, just gone back to training as per normal, just done our normal processes, and basically just, we're just looking forward to Friday night.
From me, for both you as well, for this group that you had the last couple of years, especially under your coaching as well, how important do you think it is to finally get their foot over the line for another big trophy like this? Obviously, you guys have won the Cup, you won the leagues in the past, but to complete the trio at least in some form, how big do you think that is for the players and you as a coach as well, Danny?
Look, it's not that important for me, if I'm honest with you. Look, from a coach's perspective, finishing top of the league is always what we sort of strive to achieve. It's when we start pre-season, it's not all about the final series. If you have that sort of focus, you can come unstuck. So we aim to be better every week. We aim to finish top of the league, and we want to be part of the final series, of course. And I know it's a special moment for the club. It's a special moment for the supporters and everyone who puts in the hard work. And it's also a special moment for the players. It's again missing out on that grand final last year. They want to be the ones there this year, showcasing what we have been working on all year. So for everyone, it's really important. For me, maybe I should be on a beach now, but hey.
Absolutely. Talking about beaches and water, Fabian, the pre-season's not far away now after this game, and then I remember talking to you earlier in the year. This is a little bit off topic from grand finals, but the boys say you always go for a fishing trip. Is that planned yet for this off-season?
Yeah, that's locked in every year. I like to get away over the Christmas break and enjoy a bit of R&R, and something I've done sort of every year, and it's sort of, I guess, maybe helped my career. At the end of the day. Yeah.
Does that mean you're going to go another year then if you catch some big fish?
There you go. There's a secret. Fishing every
It's all the fishing. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll talk about that comment in a minute because yesterday in the press conference you did get asked a couple times about will you retire. This is what you had to say yesterday. I'm not going to ask you again. This is what you had to say yesterday.
I mean, I've sort of reflected over the year. I've sort of swapped and changed my mind multiple times. I don't think I've made a clear-cut decision at the moment, but I mean, it sort of can just end on Friday. Again, I still haven't really made a full decision at the moment, so we'll see.
You can see me sneaking a little bit under there. It looked a bit awkward position, but anyway, I was down there for that press conference. Danny, what do you got to say about that? He's been a great player. How important is he to your squad with the wealth of experience he brings to the side?
Look, he's been extremely important. Obviously, we had some big losses last year in experience with Izza and Anthony Salonia coming out of the squad and JT and Ozzy, but, the two more experienced players. And look, Fabian's just stepped in that role of leading the group pretty seamlessly, which I knew he would. It took a bit of talking at the start of the season to get him to take on the role, because I think potentially, obviously, don't mind me saying this, he probably didn't see himself as that captain that he thought a captain should be. And the discussion we had was, the captains are different now. You just do what you do. You show the way you train. You just be the best version of yourself, and the young lads will follow your lead. And he's just done that exceptionally, and he's such a great guy to have around as well.
Yeah, he's done a great job. We hammered you a little bit about retiring, but one of your teammates gets hammered a bit about, I don't know if I want to mention it in front of you guys, but the Cup finals, Scott Nagel, he's been in a few now, hasn't won any yet. Was it 5 or 6 now I think he's been in. How's he feeling? Is he nervous?
Yeah, I think Danny's leaving me out the squad this week.
I wouldn't be surprised.
His intro, he actually came off the pitch and said, I'll understand if you don't play me.
Yeah, he reminds us every week that he's got a bad luck for finals. But I said, you're at a good club. We've got a good vibe this year, and I think we're in with a good chance. So I said, just play your game. Don't get that out of your head, and we should be right.
One more for you guys as well. I was just interested to see as well some of the new players you brought into your team this year. How quickly did they transition into being such a winning mentality? Obviously, you got new players like Christian Satira and etc. from other clubs that had played in the local league. But how quickly was it for you to adjust them to the winning mentality and the high standards at MetroStars this year?
Look, we do a lot of research when we bring the players in, so we only brought players in that we thought could raise themselves to the sort of environment that we're creating down there. And look, on with them players that you've sort of mentioned that have come in and done exceptionally well throughout the year. Look, there's a few that have quite not been able to step up as well or suffered with injuries. But it is very difficult. It's very difficult, as all coaches will agree, to find them sort of players who are really hungry, really want to take their game to the next level, because at MetroStars we do ask a lot. I do ask them to go on, he's laughing. I do ask them to go above and beyond every week, and so we really do a lot of work. I think we probably approached sort of 20 players for every player we signed last year. So we do a lot of research into, the sort of characters we want to get on board. So, look, there's still a lot of work to do with them to, I feel, without, Christian Satira's coming good sort of the tail end of the season, but I think we'll really see him sort of blossom next year as well once he's had that full year behind him. So we're pretty excited about where some of these guys can go, to be honest.
Well, good luck this weekend. It's a big game. We're not going to take sides here because we've got both you guys in the room, so we've got to be very careful. But good luck this weekend. Danny and Fabian, all the best. Friday night, big game. Big round of applause for the guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely, big clash here this weekend. And, talking about copping it a bit, these guys here copped it a little bit tonight, but I copped it a lot during the season in commentary. Here are some of the outtakes from live commentary, just to prove it is live.
That looks like canapes and salmon and everything down there.
What the hell what's canapes? Canapes, you mean? Canapes. Oh, my goodness.
Carefully through that back. Oh, there's a cricket around here. Turner's on. I don't know if it's being picked up on the broadcast, but that's why the game hasn't come to that point, has it yet? Sounds like doesn't deserve cricket. Cartoon effect.
I can honestly say I'm uncultured enough to have thought it was called canapes.
Oh no.
He's a good young kid. Like him a lot. Johnny, you all right, mate?
Yeah, all good. The scaffolding's got a hole in it. The scaffolding's got a hole in it. It's very dangerous. It is. That's all good. It's not the scaffold's fault.
Hey, I didn't do it either. It wasn't a setup.
Gotta love.
Oh, well, that was very fun. That one was actually from last year, but that's when I fell through the scaffold. There's a little gap in the scaffold. My chair went straight through it, and I landed on Vlado's lap. That's the first time I actually met Vlado, and I was on his lap within 20 minutes.
It's a nice way to meet him.
Yeah, nice way to meet him. Well, that went well. We've had a great relationship ever since. Well, we had great relationships with our next guest. Let's welcome on the next two from the next competing team in the grand final this weekend. It is Joel Allwright and Alex Mullen from Campbelltown City. Welcome, mate. Well, very big game this weekend, boys. Good to have you on board. Up against MetroStars. A little bit of a rivalry between the two Italian heritage clubs, big junior bases. How excited are you boys to get out there? We know it's going to be a big crowd from a junior perspective because you have training on that night. But normally they're going to come out to support you guys. But how excited as players to be a part of this big occasion and have them by your side?
Yeah, really excited. I mean, this is what you play the whole season for. Look, we worked so hard all year, as MetroStars have as well, and to be playing on the last night is what we strive for. So a lot of hard work's gone through the whole year, and it comes down to one game, and hopefully it's going to be a good show for everyone to watch.
How about you, Joel? A big game this week. How are you feeling and ahead of this one?
No, I'm feeling confident. You know, it's been, like you said, quite a rivalry with Metro over the last few years, which is nice. You know, adds a bit of spice to the game, and all the players get up for those big games. So now everyone in the team's looking forward to it and looking to get that second piece of silverware this year.
How'd you guys go tonight in the same room together next to each other? How was that? How's that going?
Yeah, it's all good.
that's a great answer.
Me and Fabes have been playing long enough, so it's we'll be civil here, and I'm sure once we get across that line, it won't be so nice. So just how it goes.
Oh, well, can't wait to see how it goes. I'll be there to interview it all and give the boys a bit of insight to what it is down there and how far it does get. Mark, big game on Friday, and you'll be down there as well.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be on the co-coms with Seb O'Neill. I'll give him a shout out now while I can.
One game at a time we'll think about.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. All the cliches will come out. The question I've got at the moment actually is, for you guys, especially the two of you, more experienced players in the side, do you feel a bit of a changing of the guard at the moment? We know Michael Matriciani's moving on at the end of the season. Do you feel that this is a bit of a last hurrah for this group, this core group of players that you guys have had for so long? Is that sort of a thing that plays on the mind, or have you sort of not even worried about it and we'll just move on to see what happens after the final?
To be honest, I probably haven't thought about that at all. But like you said, this group has been together for a long time. So is it a changing of the guard? I'd like to hope so, because I'd like the club to keep winning. But we just need to make sure that the players that do come in are ready and capable. So I'm not ready to stop playing. I don't think Alex is ready to stop playing. So
that's good to hear. I like
that.
So that's good.
So we'll keep the old guard going for a little bit longer, I think.
We're talking about stop playing as well. This will be the last game for Jake Halliday and your cousin Daniel Mullen. How's it feeling in the change rooms heading into this game, knowing that this could be their last one? Obviously, Dan's going to be there next year as head coach. But what's it been like heading into it?
Just as exactly like Joel said, haven't really thought too much about it. All we are thinking about is Friday night and that performance. But obviously, it's a special occasion for both of them. Both of them have had amazing careers. Daniel's going straight from playing to coaching, which is going to be a huge challenge for him. So we wish him all the best. And I mean, Jake's just been a fantastic player and a fantastic person over his whole career. Honest left fullback that, in my opinion, could have gone on and done really special things. But it's been a pleasure to play alongside those two guys, and hopefully it ends really well on a highlight for them on Friday.
Well, on the weekend after the final, after the semi-final, you stood up and spoke about his brother Matt, who retired, played a lot of time at Campbelltown City. A few tears in that, and very emotional. You're going to have something similar for Daniel. I'm sure he's going to expect it now.
Yeah, I guess, but I haven't prepared anything for Dan. He's going to be my coach, so I need to separate friends and that now. So I need to make sure I listen to him. So it was nice to say goodbye, or not goodbye, just send Matty off into retirement. And we're looking to do the same for Jake and Dan. So yeah, Jake's been an unbelievable player for this league and for Campbelltown. So we're really looking to send him off in a good note. Absolutely.
Well, the press conference this week as well, Alex, you were down there, and we always get some insightful stuff. And there's nothing more insightful than this answer that you actually gave during the press conference.
Excited. Excited would be the word, I would say.
Seems to be the word of the day.
Yeah. Yep.
You can give Alex, just excited.
Well, on the spot, it's really hard to think of a word. I don't know what Fabian said, but I mean, our confidence sounds a bit too cocky maybe, but I think excited is a very safe answer, so we just went with that one.
Well, it's, hopefully next year, if you have to answer that question, it'll be more than excited.
Yeah, I'll be very excited.
I like that.
Very good, very good.
Going back to the final this week, there was obviously a change last week in goal. So I'm going to discuss the game itself. Woodlands was obviously injured. Is he getting along back to recovery? What's happening there? Because I actually don't know myself, so don't want to give anything away, obviously, with Metro in the crowd, but how's that coming along?
Yeah, look, he's back to full training. He was actually training a little bit last week as well. At first it looked quite serious. He had a huge kind of gash on his shin there, and he was in emergency for about 3-4 hours that night. So we weren't quite sure what was going to happen. But it turned out no broken bones, and he's going to be okay. And we're very lucky. We've got Matt Centofanti, who stepped in and I thought done a fantastic job and made an extremely good save towards the back end of the game against Modbury. So we got two keepers there that are fit and raring to go, and that's a decision that Michael needs to make, and I'll let him make that one himself.
Yeah, lucky you didn't say any more, because I see Danny on the corner of my eye writing some notes down as you were talking there for Friday night. Good luck this weekend. Oh, my pen goes flying. Good luck this weekend. A big clash on Friday night. We can't wait. It's going to be a cracker. MetroStars, Campbelltown City. All the best this weekend, boys, and hopefully they can put on a big performance.
Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, Johnny.
Well, we got more still to come. We're about to wrap things up. On the other side, I've got Press Time Live with Antonis Pagonis, but also my chat with Joe Gauci. Can't wait to share it. That's coming up next. All thanks to our sponsors, Macron Sports Hub Adelaide, Shine Music and Entertainment, 35 Sterling and AV Plus. We'll be back on the other side. Welcome back to the local game. It is a great night. It has been so far. We are very excited to wrap things up shortly. We've got Antonis Pagonis joining us very soon, but all thanks to our sponsors, Shine Music and Entertainment, the DJ Tommy Tequila, been looking after the audience tonight on the decks at Shine Music and Entertainment, AV Plus, 35 Sterling, the fantastic venue that housing us tonight, and Macron Sports Hub Adelaide, who kept me nice and warm throughout the day, and AV Plus as well. Some great sponsors getting on board, some local content. I got to catch up with a guy who was on my side during the grand final pre-game show last year. In 12 months, he's managed to play for the Socceroos in an Asian Cup. He also is in the EPL under a big goalkeeper, and also now is in the Gold Coast, where I caught up with him just a couple of days ago ahead of this big clash against Bahrain. All the way from the Gold Coast, I am here online with the Socceroos goalkeeper and also goalkeeper at Aston Villa, Joe Gauci. Good to have you on board, Joe. How are things for you at the moment?
Yeah, great, mate. It's good to be back in Australia. It's been
a couple of months since I was here for the last camp in June. So no, it's always nice to be back and be around some Aussies and see some familiar faces.
Well, it's the last time you were in Australia playing at LA United, you were did the grand final show, a pre-game show with myself ahead of the LA United Modbury Jets grand final. It was a big one last year. It's been a big 12 months for you. You went over to Asian Cup with the Socceroos. Now you're signed with Aston Villa, sat on the bench in the EPL. How has that time and adjusting over there in England been for you to being one of the best leagues in the world?
Yeah, it's been a chaotic 12 months from sitting by your side doing the pre-match in the MPL and co-commentary. I think 12 months ago, if you said I'd be at a Premier League club, wouldn't have believed you. So, no, it's been amazing. Obviously, like you said, to be at the Asian Cup in January was fantastic and such a great experience to be part of the national team at a major tournament. And, it was disappointing in the end that the way we went out in that. And I guess after that, I was, packed up my life and left Adelaide and moved to Birmingham. So it's been a big change and big adaptation to just the level of football there in the Premier League level and what's expected from you, as well as just adapting off the pitch. And, the weather especially is a bit different to back home and, just moving away from my family and those sorts of things. It was a lot at once, but it's definitely feeling a lot more settled now and really enjoying it.
Well, you're on the bench at the moment. You're unfortunately not able to get the opportunity to start you for the EPL, but hopefully you will get the opportunity soon. But what's it been like to be under a goalkeeper such as Martinez? Have you learnt anything learned anything from him in the past 12 months?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think to be behind arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the world and to be able to feed off him in terms of information and asking questions and just watching and seeing firsthand what he does day to day and in the matches preparation and trainings. It's great for me and great for my development, along with working with the goalkeeper coach there, who's really experienced and has worked at the highest level for a long time. It just has the foundation is there for me to get the best out of myself and to become the best goalkeeper that I can.
What's been one of the hardest things for you since moving over to England? Because to shift your life away from home, family, friends, and start new in a place like England, what's been some of the challenges you had to face?
I think initially probably just the level. Obviously, it's touted as probably the best league in the world and the most competitive, but I think the jump from the A League to there was quite big. And yeah, there's a lot of changes and a lot of different things. I guess the expectations of the goalkeeper and the way that we play is we're quite demanding of the goalkeeper with the ball at their feet, and that's something that naturally I was, knew I had to get better at, and that was a big adaptation period for me over the first few months in our structure to learn the way that we play and what's required of me, as well as just the boys are just better at finishing, and it makes it a lot tougher to make saves and pushes you every day to be at your best. And I think at my age that was something that I was really looking for, is to be pushed every single day and to really try and reach my ceiling in terms of potential and get the best out of myself. So it's been challenging, and when I first went, it took me probably a good 3 to 4 months to feel comfortable within the team and the level, and definitely since we've come back this season and through pre-season getting minutes, it's definitely helped, and I'm starting to feel comfortable within the squad at Premier League level, which again 12 months ago doing the co-commentary with yourself, I don't think I definitely didn't think that this is where I would be.
Well, it's good to see where you are now, and I think a lot of South Australians are proud to see where you're at. And when we were talking, like you said earlier, about you didn't think you'd be there when you were commentating last year at the NPL Grand Final. But if you actually look back at that, at one point there was yourself in commentary box. I was interviewing Hall, who's now signed with Brighton, and then Iran Kunda only about 30 seconds later was pouring water on my head, and now he's at Bayern Munich. So to see where all the players have gone in just that short time has been incredible for South Australian football, and to be a part of it for yourself must be a very proud moment.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see, how many South Australians are moving overseas and doing well and having success, and now transitioning into national team as well. Myself, Nesta, Cassini Yengi, Craig Goodwin, just to name a few of the South Australian talent that's, gone overseas and been really successful and now, in the national team setup. I know South Australia is probably one of the biggest states when it comes to football. It's, there's such a big following of football in South Australia, and I know how proud we are to be from South Australia, as, all the other states like to look down on us, but, we've got such great talent, such young talent that is coming through with all the teams through the NPL and, making it into professional setups and making the most of those opportunities, and, seeing them now playing for the country, something that as a South Australian I'm really proud of, and I know all of us boys are really proud of it and looking forward to the game in Adelaide, the Socceroos game in Adelaide next month.
It's great that you mentioned that as well. Great segue into it, because that is coming up October 10, a huge game. I know the tickets got snapped up very quickly. I actually almost missed out, but I will be there. Restricted view, but doesn't matter. In the stadium, it's going to be a big game. How excited are your family, friends, and also the players that have you spoken to any of them? Yeah, because there's a lot of South Australians that could potentially be playing in this squad.
Yeah, we've been speaking about it for months now, about, the potential of a Socceroos game being in Adelaide, and how we all know all the other states always get the games, and we haven't had one for so long in South Australia. So, no, we're really looking forward to it. It's something for us, or for myself, the last time that the Socceroos were in Adelaide, I was in the stands as a fan, and now I have the opportunity to be there on the pitch and representing my country and, the state that I'm so, proud that I grew up there, and that's where my career started. So it's, it'll be really special, and I think for myself and the other boys, be a real reflection moment to look back on our careers. And, like I said, last time the Socceroos were there, I was in the stands dreaming of one day being a professional, and, now to be in the position I am in, it's, I'm so grateful for it. So, no, I can't wait. It's, we're all just looking forward to it so much. It's going to be a really special occasion for South Australian football.
It's going to be a big game. We can't wait to see how it all goes when you finally come to South Australia. Hopefully, you get selected for it. It would be good to see you on Adelaide Oval. But just quickly on the local level, though, your former club, West Torrens Bacala, they're in the State League Grand Final this weekend, and also they're going to be back in the NPL. You quietly supporting them back over in England, or actually in the Gold Coast at the moment?
Yeah, no, it's great to see. It's great to see, Bacala have success this year and hopefully get back to where they belong in the NPL. It's disappointing to see such a big South Australian club be there, but that's all part of football and the ups and downs of clubs over the years. So I've always got tabs on them and seen their success and their results.
Well, I'll better let you go because you've got a big game to prepare. Lastly, what's the camp been like? You've only been there for a few days now, but to be around the boys again ahead of the first game against Bahrain.
Yeah, it's really exciting. This is the start of the next qualification process for the World Cup, and we're all looking forward to starting off well, and that starts here on the Gold Coast with 3 points against Bahrain. It's a big sort of 10 games coming up, and we've got a lot of travel, and going to China, Japan, Saudi. It's really exciting. Some really tough games in there, but no, we have high expectations of ourselves, and hoping we can finish on top of the group and be on the way to World Cup 2026.
Well, all the best, Joe. I better let you go. Good luck against Bahrain. Also, all the best over in the English Premier League with Aston Villa, and look forward to seeing you back home in Adelaide. Not in a few weeks' time, hopefully. All the best, mate, and thanks again for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, Joe Gauci, what an absolute champ to chat with, to take our time of his busy schedule all the way from England, then into Gold Coast. We know what a big flight that is. What an awesome guy. Even though he's at the English Premier League side, he's always got the time for us local people to get back to the local I wish I could commentate with him again this weekend, but I'm stuck with Seb and Mark. But anyway, let's get into our last segment of the night. It is one that you've all loved, and he does it from his bedroom, sometimes his schoolroom if he's got some late night parent-teacher night interviews. But tonight he's here in the studio, well, at 35 Sterling. Let's go into Press for Time with Antonis Pagonis.
Johnny, it's grand final week. Get the VIPs in, the Canapes out.
Mate, I paid big bucks for those cameras.
Oh.
Don't need that this week.
Sorry, Johnny.
Come on, mate. Back into the camera.
Hey, great to be here with everyone here. And well and truly pressed for time tonight because it's 9 o'clock on the weeknight. So let's get out of here. For anyone that hasn't had much to do with me, yes, I do exist for longer than 20 seconds once a week that I get on Johnny's show. Very generous tonight, Johnny. You've given me 2 minutes. I've been told if I go over it, I have to contact or his lawyers will contact me. So let's get this through very quickly. 2 big northeastern clubs taking on each other. Grand final we really expected last year, didn't we? But we got it this year. 2 clubs that NPL finals mainstays, but actually only the 3rd time they've met in the final series. Currently stands as 2-1, the way of the MetroStars, first grand final between each other. Now, when Campbelltown makes, I'm sure the boys will tell you that they normally win it, 5 of the last 11, all wins. But recent history on the side of the MetroStars. We saw last year in the Federation Cup final, MetroStars winner with 119th minute from Ren Nagamatsu. James Tomakovsky's backup at the time, top scorer of the league this year. What a year he's had. And the top scorer last time MetroStars won the league in 2012, Michael Matriciani, Campbelltown's coach. So interesting link going to this weekend and his last game as a coach. Well, I'm looking forward to it, Johnny. If it's anything like a 3-all draw that we had last time they played each other, it's going to be fun. Before we go, also a shout out to Paul Pezos, signing off as Adelaide City coach. Fantastic run he's had there. That's it from me. I'll be negotiating 10 more seconds a week for next year, but one more round of applause for Johnny and everything he does.
Well, thank you, mate. You can tell you don't normally use a microphone because you just literally just threw it. But what a great year it's been. What a great year it's been having you on by my side. The reason I have you is because I can't be bothered researching some stats sometimes, so I want to give it to you. But you do a good job. And what's been some of your favourite moments? You know what? When I first gave you this opportunity, I don't think when I told you some of the jokes to do, some of them I was scripted, but you were a bit sceptical, but once it happened, like the Tarniet one was actually one of my favourites where you pretended to be recording from Tarniet and the lights went out during your recording. That was one of my favourites, but you didn't kind of get it when I first said it, but once you did it was awesome.
Yeah, I was pretty apprehensive with it. Again, Johnny spoiled my setting in my room with my dodgy fan remote that doesn't close the light properly. Well, it worked out that day and it turned out all right. So, yes, much fancier here today. And unlike Melbourne, the lights work, so that's great.
Yes, I made sure of that. The Tarniet electricians didn't get a hand on this job, that's for sure. Well, thank you for the year, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure. I know getting you out of your comfort zone a little bit, being in front of a camera, but tonight you're here in front of an audience. It's good to have you here, mate. Absolute pleasure, and I hope you enjoyed it live tonight. Give it one round of applause for Antonis once again. All right, we're going to wrap things up. It's been a massive show, but before we do, let's welcome back all my co-hosts who did an amazing job tonight in the show. They were absolutely incredible throughout the year, and let's not forget to mention the co-hosts that also joined me throughout the year as well. We had some other great co-hosts in the studio, and well, people came to I'm not going to give away where I do record the show, but they give a lot of trust in me to come and join me every week. So absolutely enjoy every moment of it. And this is not the last for the year, though. Next year, got one more episode. We'll be previewing the grand final of the WNPL. A little bit different format as I catch up with them themselves next week. Tune in for that. But for now, this is the grand final show in front of a studio audience. Thank you guys once again. Big round of applause. Round of applause to the crowd. And thank you to all our sponsors, Show Music Entertainment, Macron Sports Hub Adelaide, 35 Sterling, and AV Plus. We'll see you all next year. And next week.